Hi, I just wanted to talk for a few minutes to some of you who've been in before and have viewed my video about using tapping for alcohol cravings. I know that it's a big issue for many of us because it's the one video that gets consistently, it gets hits every day. And so thank you for you who have found it and watched it already. And I wanted to just mention, if you didn't already know, that after I realised that I wasn't alone in wanting to quit drinking, in wanting to look at my alcohol intake and realising that it was no longer good for me. And so I did write my book about it. And the reason I wrote the book was when I was searching for resources, I found that most of the things were aimed at people who wanted to do AA or 12-step programs, or who called themselves an alcoholic or an addict, which I never did, and I don't use that kind of terminology about myself. If that's how you see yourself, that's entirely up to you. But there are a lot of people out there who just want to quit drinking or who want to cut down drinking, and who are not at rock bottom, whatever that means, but do know that it's no longer a healthy thing in their life. And there are also many people who maybe nobody else would guess that it was a problem, that it's a problem for them and them alone. And then there's other people who maybe know that it's affecting their relationships, their work and their health. And that's why I wrote the book. I called it I'm Never Drinking Again. Maybe it's time to think about your drinking. And that's because that's what I would say. I would wake up on a morning, I'd be full of regret and shame and, couldn't remember what I'd said and done. And it wasn't that I ever got myself into trouble. I never drunk and drove. I never would do that. I've never had a DUI. I've never got into a particularly, anything that's got me into a lot of trouble. But I still said things that made me feel embarrassed and ashamed, and I wasn't happy with the person I was. And I thought it's time to grow up and let this go, really. And what I did find is that I couldn't just have one or two. I tried. And that's why the book has got whole sections in it where you can actually read through and question, like the tech. I don't know if you can read that, bargaining. Do you ever make bargains with yourself? Do you ever say, I'll only drink on this day, I'll only drink this time, and I'll only drink on weekends or after dinner or going out, staying in? Well, if you're starting to do those kind of things, then it might be that you're on the edge of having a problem, or that you've got a problem anyway. So I just want to encourage you that if AA or the 12-step program is the way you want to go and that's helpful for you, then great, and whatever works for you. But this book has lots of ideas, resources, suggestions, and people are telling me that they find it helpful. So please go check it out. I'm Never Drinking Again. Maybe it's time to think about your drinking. It is available in paperback. It's available on Kindle or digital, and also I've got an audio book. And because it's quite short, the audiobook's only about $6, I think, 'cause it's less than 3 hours. So you can play it while you're in the car and maybe see if it speaks to you. So for everyone who's already bought it, downloaded, read it, and wrote a review, thank you so much. If you do read it and you find it helpful, please do me a review, because who am I? I'm a nobody. I'm not famous. Nobody knows who I am. I've written a couple of books, but I'm battling with people who sell millions of books and have got thousands of reviews. And so it would be really nice to get a few more people to see it, because the books that are out there, most of them are for people who have gone through a 12-step program, and the memoirs about that. This is not that. And I do think there's people who would find it helpful. People who are not ready to maybe even admit that they maybe need to cut down or quit. And I really would like to reach them. So if you find it helpful, please do me a review and share it with your friends. And again, there's the book. Thank you so much. And do go and check out the other couple of videos that I've got for techniques for actually helping you with cravings. The good news is, after 4 years, I don't have cravings. I don't want to drink anymore. I enjoy having a ginger beer, ginger ale. I still eat donuts and ice cream. I have craft sodas every now and again. but I have got no real desire to drink. It's left me, and I think I'm healthier, my skin's better, I lost some weight, and it's been a good decision for me. And I hope that if it's something that you're thinking about, that you also will consider it. Again, I always have a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. If you're a heavy drinker, you should always get help, because it can be dangerous and fatal to quit drinking if you just do it cold turkey. Not a good idea. So if you're a heavy drinker and you think you've got a problem, please go see a doctor first. Okay, but if you're like me, just know that you're just doing too much. Maybe it's time to think about it. Check out my book. Thank you so much.